Hello. We are live, I think. It's so hard to tell. Welcome to episode 6 of Cold Iron. We are back with the Progress crew. I am Jordan, your dungeon master for the afternoon. And we'll get it out of the way right now. We have a special guest, the dungeon master of the other Cold Iron game, Alicia. We're going to have another special guest in the form of Liz walking around in the background. And that's okay, too.
She tried to steal my thunder, didn't she?
Yeah, she did just steal it, yeah. Alicia's joining us because unfortunately our beloved Katie is not well enough to play. Alicia is kindly joined in last minute to help out to run a Lunabelle's character should that need to be done, and maybe have a little character of her own to play. We don't know. We don't plan anything.
Mystery.
Liz says Alicia always has character. So.
Oh.
It's true.
I love Liz.
Not as many characters as Ignacio, though.
That's true.
He has like a million. Anyway, last week, or 2 weeks ago, pardon me, on our last session, you were all in the middle of exploring a bit of the wilderness. You've been offered some work from the main kind of administrator with the train to help find new and interesting landmarks for the train to travel to. That man was known as Wendell Holm. He handed you some parchment that had a reward for adventure. Just going out and doing it got you some money, and if you brought back an interesting location to research or to have the train go to, then they would pay you a little more. So you decided to, after a night of drinking and a night of spending time with Jonas and his two friends that survived from the train crash. So you all got some horses, which were adorably named, and headed off into the woods to follow some tracks that Walker had found previously, boot marks in the snow. You saw some smoke up ahead and decided to put the horses off to the side, and you found yourself what appears to be an ancient ruin of some kind that has been turned into some sort of base for some orcs. An orc band. Lunabelle's familiar, Noodle, flew over to get a closer look and caught the eye of an old wizened-looking orc with a staff and white hands. So, as you approached, it seemed like maybe your presence was known. You briefly tried to chat with them. That didn't seem like they wanted to do that. And then you walked away. However, your cruel and unyielding dungeon master made it clear that that they had captured a giant badger that was part of the that you might think is part of the little family that Sierra found in the woods. They had it tied up, hogtied, and one orc was kind of kicking it. And Lunabelle had enough, turned around, and fired a firebolt at that orc. Which leads us to right now, where I'm going to get everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, son of a... I got 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Which dice do I roll? Ooh, I know which one I'll roll.
That's a 4 for Anna.
Okay. Ouch.
That's a 1.
Ugh.
Well, what do you have any bonus? You have a bonus.
I have a bonus of 2.
So that's a 3. Sorry, that was Sierra talking. Sierra, that's a 3.
6 plus 3, that's 9.
What? Luna takes the top of the pile with 10. I was not expecting that.
10 for Luna.
She's excited. Makes sense she should go first.
All right, so to paint the picture a little bit, The ruins are large, kind of standing stones. Some of them have tilted over and formed something of a makeshift, like, little covering type thing. There's room underneath where some of the orcs are sitting. They've also used hide and leather to kind of build it out into a campsite that has some more coverage. They have a small campfire going, which is where the smoke was, and I had said that there were 7 orcs and this one orc that had the staff, the kind of elderly, wizened-looking orc, who is actually our first, who rolled higher than everyone. Way to go, Grandpa Orc. Or Grandma Orc.
Is that the one you described as having white eyes?
Yeah, white eyes and white hands, weird, strange white hands, and a staff. And like robes, definitely like the robes of some kind of priest or something like that. It's gonna... He's gonna stand up. Or they're gonna stand up, pardon me. And they pull themselves up to their feet. It's very much it looks like a struggle for them. And one of the strange white hands reaches out, and suddenly you find yourselves stuck in all noise of the woods and everything just disappears, and they cast a bubble of silence across all of you, including Lunabelle and everyone. Yeah, so now you can't hear each other talk or hear your own voices.
Except in your head.
You can talk to yourself in your head, yes. The Peanut Gallery, I guess, is going to be making comments all through the game, and I'll make sure that I repeat them back to you. Right, so, yeah, that's our old orc's turn. Next up is Lunabelle.
Okay, well that puts it. I was going to try and honor Katie's wishes to cast a firebolt.
Well, the firebolt was already cast. It was.
Oh, it's already cast.
Yeah.
Okay. Is something on fire then?
An orc is singed.
Okay.
The orc that was kicking the
Right.
badger was. I think if I remember correctly, it was 12 points of damage. So the orc is not looking great.
Okay. What do we think Luna would do?
She was pretty upset about the badger, so I'm sure
Alright.
finding a way to defend the badger would probably be her best MO.
Yeah, then you know what she's gonna do? She's going to make a crossbow attack at that same, oh no, that's proficiency. What does she got here? Sorry, I'm still figuring this out. She'll run up and, no, she won't do that. She's a wizard. This is what happens when I only have 20 minutes to prep. How far away are they?
How far away are they?
Yeah.
You guys were about 60 feet away from the closest orc.
60 feet away?
Yeah.
And that silence spell is making it difficult to cast some. Ooh, that doesn't require a verbal component. Can I do that? I'm sorry, I don't have the spells on hand either. Okay, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. Luna's gonna cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
Make an identical looking badger pop up right beside the other badger in attempt to confuse the orc.
Okay. Sure. It does show up. And now this approximation of the badger pops up beside it, silently, kind of just standing there. And we'll
Okay.
see what the orc does when it's his turn.
All right, and then I would like to move, however far I can move, 25 feet, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
And is there like a tree that I can attempt to sort of hide behind?
Yeah,
Get up close?
you were just coming out of the woods kind of thing into this clearing that has the ruin. So if you had your 25 feet to either the right or the left, you'll be in sort of in the woodsy area.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Sort of duck into behind a tree.
And
somewhere.
as soon as you step about 20 feet away, you find yourself hearing the sound of the woods again, and your own breathing and stuff. So you're now outside of the silence bubble. Okay. Anything else, Lunabelle?
No, I think that's going to be it for now.
Okay. I would assume at this point that Lunabelle would just say some encouraging words to her party that you can't hear. Next up is Walker.
Yeah, I think along the same lines, Walker is like shouting, like, "What are we doing?" But it's just like there's nothing happening. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then I guess since Luna is attacking, she's gonna go with the same combo that kind of worked last time and whip out her like hand crossbow in one hand, the dagger in the other hand, and like aim for, I guess, the one that's by the badger.
Okay.
So
Alicia, I've got Lunabelle open over here too, so I can help with spells if you need.
Thank you.
No problem.
that's 23 to hit. Wait, let me just double check. Are they within 30 feet of me?
No. The closest one is 60 feet away, and that's one of the two that was walking back to the camp that you were talking about.
Oh, fudge. I don't want to shoot someone in the back. Okay, then I guess I'll still shoot, but I'll take disadvantage.
Okay. You can move as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to move forward, but you said the closest person is 60 feet. The most I can move is 30 feet, bringing them into 30 feet, and then I assume the badger person is further away, so I'm taking a disadvantage no matter what. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, I'll move up a bit. I'll take a few steps forward, but I'm still assuming we might turn and run. I'm assuming we're not the few of us fighting like this twice as many band of orcs. And that's still it's still a 23 to hit because I rolled higher the second time.
Okay, that is definitely a hit.
That's 5 points of damage.
And with that, this is your longbow?
The crossbow.
Crossbow. The crossbow bolt lands, and the orc slams up against the ruin and falls down on his keister. He's dead.
Okie doke. And then, yeah, I guess since I can't speak, I'm doing like the motions, like, what are we doing? Are we going? Like, something like that. Like, I'm trying to communicate. Not that we have a hand signal language worked out. That's it, I think.
Okay. That brings us to the orcs. The one that was kicking the badger is dead, but the minor illusion, how long does that last, Alicia?
Let me just double check.
I think it's a minute or something.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay. Does catch the eye of a couple of the orcs as it shows up. Two of them start walking over towards it. The other two at the campsite stand up and draw their weaponry. They kind of are standing on either side of they move in position on either side of the robed figure. And then the two that are closest to you turn around, and they will start moving towards you. Oh, as a bonus action, they can move up to their speed toward a hostile creature. All right, so that'll clear the 60 feet between you. So two of them charge forward. One is gonna go after. They pulled out a great axe, and one is gonna go after Walker. At 13.
No.
All right. In their rage, they take a swing and miss. The other one is gonna veer off and try and look towards the woods for where the firebolt came from. I'll do a little perception check for them, and Luna's small stature has her kind of out of view, and the orc lets out a curse and is trying to see where they are and starts to just start prowling through the woods somewhat. Okay, that is the orc's turn. Anna.
Yes. Anna decides to pull out her guns, but she doesn't like cross and like pulls them out like that and then quotes Die Hard, but nobody can hear it.
Right.
Yeah. And so I guess she wants to shoot one of the orcs that are charging at them.
Okay.
Yeah, one. Guess it's one.
It jammed again?
Yep,
Okay.
it sure did. I'd like to try with my other one.
Yep. Bonus action.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, this is a little more.
Not jammed.
13.
13 is just
Yeah.
enough. And frustrated, the first one, you pull the trigger, and again, it jams. The second one, you pull out and fire, and yes, the bullet lands right into the chest of the orc. Give me a damage roll, please.
All right. Ooh, 10.
10 damage?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the wound from this is the first time any of you have seen the wound from one of these close up. It's not like an arrow that goes in clean. There's like a small explosion of blood and gore as it hits the orc in the belly, and he actually staggers forward. So that's 10 points to that orc. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do? I guess you'll have to wait till next turn to try and fix your gun.
Yeah, no. I'm
Okay.
happy with how that went. I'm good.
Sierra.
How close am I to the nearest orc?
There's one that's like right amongst your party now, and another one that's about 20 feet away that's looking in the woods for Luna Bell.
Okay, I want to take out my rapier and have at him.
Okay.
All right.
Which one? The one that attacked Walker, or the one that
The one that's nearest to us.
There. Okay, cool. That's the Walker. That's the one that attacked Walker and just got shot by Anna.
Yes, indeed. Okay. 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 1d8. 7 for damage.
All right. You walk right up to them and with perfect precision, just land the rapier right into where the bullet went through. And as you pull it back, it screams in pain and falls to its knees. That is a dead orc. Back to the top of the round, we have our strange white-handed orc. I would like Anna, Walker, and Sierra to make charisma saves, please.
13.
13.
19.
Okay.
Charisma save? Oh, that's a +0, so 11.
All right. Only Walker is affected by this spell. You suddenly feel you have a sense of doom come over you, like something is going to like the next things you do aren't going to go as great as you'd like. It's like an ominous feeling. You've had Bane cast on you, and you are going to, whenever you make an attack roll or saving throw, you have to roll d4 and subtract it from the total.
When I go to, okay, subtract d4. Okay.
Yeah, from attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
All right. You notice that this orc doesn't move their mouth when they're casting spells. And you realize it's actually because their mouth is stitched shut.
Cool.
So, next up is Lunabelle.
Okay, I think.
Lunabelle can sort of sense that there's like it's like the hobbits hiding from the
Yeah.
She knows that they're just on the other side of the tree.
So I think what we're gonna do is just lean around the tree and cast Chromatic Orb.
All right. Make that attack roll.
17.
That's a hit. Although,
Excellent.
I guess if you're gonna back up a bit too, because it was technically at disadvantage. Yeah.
I guess if it was too close, then I would back up a little bit.
It's a ranged attacks.
Yeah.
Cool.
13 points of. Oh, I'm gonna make fire damage. I should have said that.
All right. 13 points is enough to just blast a hole in this orc, and it flies back and lands in the snow, and it's the fire wound in its chest just melts the snow away, and steam kind of comes off of it as it lands.
All right. And as that happens, she would definitely just be like, "Leave the badgers alone."
Right.
That was a terrible Lunabelle impression.
She'd be.
It was like he was here.
It'd be really great if you didn't hurt
Yeah,
the badgers
exactly.
anymore. Yeah. They're cuter than you. Walker, you're up.
Okay, I'm up, but I am baned.
Yep.
The dude is.
You've
The
been
dude-
banned.
No.
I'm not taking it back.
The dude in front of me is dead. He got taken down.
That's right. Rapiered.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about. Is there anyone near Lunabelle? Like she's not in danger right now. She's okay?
Lunabelle has just roasted an orc, so she's doing all right.
How far away is the magey orc?
The cleric and the cleric-looking orc and the two other orcs that have sort of stood to protect it are 60 feet away. Sorry, 90 feet away.
That's very far. Gosh, and we still can't talk, and I'm baned. I guess I'm just gonna start heading towards the. I guess the cleric-looking one is like standing by that well-looking thing we saw, or the structure, the old ruin.
It's a large ruin, standing stones that have kind of tipped over to make a makeshift little, like a lean-to kind of thing, and then they've extended it out with, like hide and rope and stuff to kind of build like a little hut. They're standing near and around a fire. And actually, the silence is now dropped. Because,
it has.
Yeah, because Bane is also is a separate concentration spell.
Okay, so like I can start to hear noises happening and stuff like that. So okay, I mean I'm gonna start to walk towards those ones with my crossbow still down, aimed at them.
Okay.
And I don't know. I guess I'm gonna say, let the badger go, and we'll leave this place. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna go towards them and threaten them. I guess I don't think I'm gonna attack just yet because I still think we're not in a good sitch.
Okay. All right. Give me an intimidation roll, please.
Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Intimidation +0, but I rolled an 18.
All right. We'll see how the orcs react to that.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, you took a few steps towards them.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna walk toward, because you said they were 90 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get as close to them as I can so that I can get closer to better range with my weapon.
So you're gonna move your full movement 60 feet towards them.
Oh, I didn't think of that. I could dash because I didn't do an action.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll do that. I'll head 60 feet towards them so that I'm within, like, I want to get within 30 feet of them, basically.
All right, that's done.
Okay.
You just have your crossbow ready, and you kind of just walk towards them, very, like, intimidatingly, very sternly, and basically tell them to stand down or they all die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Well, 2 of them have been exploded or set on fire, or 3 of them actually have, so that might work. Now it's the orcs' turn. The 2 that are on either side of this elderly-looking orc have their great axes ready, but one says, "You just wandered into our campsite. We were gonna let you walk away." And the other one says, "We have to hunt too. This creature is our meal." And then it is the 2 orcs that were looking at the badger see the minor illusion badger and look right through it. Unfortunately, one goes to kick the new badger, and his boot just goes straight through, and they both turn and kind of growl towards back towards your group. Anna. Anna?
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't realize it was my turn.
It's all right.
Yeah. I want to get closer and try to fix my my misfired gun.
Okay. How you're gonna move 30 feet forward? And you're gonna use your action to make a tinker roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a tinker roll. Just add your dexterity to it.
Okay. Sorry, I. Totally
Just a
didn't know what I was
d20
looking
with
for.
your
Yeah.
dexterity.
Real bad. 6.
Right. Something gets stuck, and the gun will need to be repaired again. Luckily, Lunabelle knows the in and outs, so hopefully she can help you. All right. You do still have your bonus action, but you didn't make an attack with your action, so you won't be able to fire that one. So you are 30 feet closer to the group, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sierra.
Yeah. I am going. We're like 60 feet away or 90 feet away.
90 feet away from the nearest the nearest orc now. The 3 that are standing around the fire.
Can I walk close enough to be 60 feet and then still do something?
Yep. You get your movement. That's 30. You're regular human, so you move 30 feet forward. Now you're within 60 feet of range.
Let's do it. I'm gonna very calmly take some things out of my pockets, and I would like to call upon this unseen servant to untie that badger.
Okay. So the unseen servant can be summoned up to us. What's 30 feet away? You said 60.
Yeah,
60.
it has a 60 foot.
All right. Yeah. You conjure an unseen servant, and which is of course unseen, And then its instruction is to untie the badger.
It is.
Okay. So it does that. It'll take a little time because it's not a very fast thing, but you can start to see the knots being undone from around the ankles of the badger. Okay. Anything else, Sierra?
No, that's good.
And so to everyone else, you don't. Does Unseen Servant have?
I believe there's a verbal component.
It has a verbal component?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all see Sierra whisper something to herself, but don't really see the results of whatever she's whispered. Next up is top of the round. Okay, the weird old orc is going to hold their action for now. Lunabelle.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna move to be with the rest of the group. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. Being alone in the woods is a little bit freaky.
Okay.
And then what have we got? There's 2 orcs left. Is that what I'm understanding?
There are 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast me some magic missile.
Okay.
And hit 3 of them. 1 to the
1 missile
3.
each.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess there's 4 of them, so only 3 of them are getting missiles. But
there are 4 of them. Each one of them is gonna get. 3 of them are gonna get hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or are you targeting elderly orc? The 4 doesn't include the elderly orc.
Yeah. No, just the regular orcs, I think.
Okay.
They're the ones that are around the badger, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about protecting that badger. So one of them gets 1.
1 point of damage.
Oh yeah, plus
Plus 1.
something, right? Plus 1. So 2 points of damage.
Got it.
The next one gets 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And the last one gets 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Also, I apologize for any thumping anyone hears. Apparently, they're making a lot of noise with the painting of my hallway.
All right. That is Lunabelle's turn, unless she has a bonus action or some movement she wants to do.
No, because I moved. I already said I moved to get with the rest of the group.
Okay. So
I assume takes most of my movement.
A part of Lunabelle's armor whirs up, and though you've seen it before, these motes of force energy kind of get formed and chucked towards the, almost like flung by small catapults towards the the orcs, and the impacts seem to do real damage. Next up is Walker.
Rawr. Okay, so I'm within 30 feet now. Walker is like not happy with the goings on, but is gonna shoot for one of the orcs next to the old orc.
Okay.
There's one that's already injured and then one that's uninjured, right?
There are 3 of them that have now been injured, but the 2 beside the 2 beside the badger have been injured, and 1 beside the old orc have been injured.
Okay. Fudge and poops.
Language.
Yeah.
With the goblin swears.
I only know Buriark, and that's not a swear. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna shoot at one of the ones next to the old one and be like, sorry partner, I don't like this, but seems we have a fight now, so it's happening. And that's not a great shot, but it's 17 with the hand crossbow.
That hits.
Okay.
And sorry, you're going after the one near the badger?
Actually, yeah, the one
Any-
near the badger.
An
Since
injured one near the badger.
Since we're trying to free the badger, basically, seems to be the main thing we're doing. Oh, that one was bad. I'm gonna use a different one this time. That was better. 8 points.
All right. The crossbow bolt lands clean inside of the shoulder of the orc, and they stumble back towards the ruins, not looking good. Any bonus action stuff, or you want to move again?
Which way did Luna go?
Luna went off to the right from the group into the woods.
I'm just gonna take like a step or two that way, but I'm trying to stay within range.
Sure.
Within 30
she's
feet.
not hidden, and you definitely saw the her spell roast that orc, so you have a good idea of where she is.
Yeah, I'm kind of like keeping my eyes on the bad guys. I have my weapon trained on them, but I'm like sidestepping a little bit that way, but
okay.
Not too much. Okay, that's it for me.
Perfect. That brings us to the orcs. They mad.
Sorry.
The three. Two of them start charging towards you, Walker.
Seems fair.
They're both going to take swings.
Sounds about right.
A 17 and a 24.
Yep.
Okay. So they both land. Great Axe hits. Oof. 11 points from the first one. And another 11 points from the second one.
Walker's down.
Oh dear.
Walker drops. Walker's down.
Yep.
Let me roll a perception check for the two near the badger. Yeah, okay. The two near the badger move over to take the place of the. There's a weird hair. Move over to take the place of the two that just charged away from the strange priestly orc. Anna.
I would like to aim for one of the hands of the white hand of the orc. Old orc.
Sure. That's a called shot. Make it. It would have to be at disadvantage.
I'm gonna aim for somebody closer.
Okay. You can hit anybody, but a specific aim shot is harder.
Oh, he's not that talented. Yeah, we're gonna go for something easier.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go for an orc that attacked Walker for some good old revenge.
Okay.
Okay, we got 21.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Two. Okay, 6.
All right. You hit one that had already been hit by some magic missiles, and the bullet doesn't go right into it, but kind of cuts through its side, and you actually see a bit of rib cage through the hide armor. That's everything for you, Anna?
Yeah.
Okay. Sierra.
How close is the nearest one now?
There are two right amongst you again, so.
All right, I want to go. Who's damaged?
One has just got his ribs hanging out. He's not looking good. The other one has not been injured at all, and Walker is down in the snow at their feet.
Okay, well let's try and take out one of them with the rapier again.
Okay. The injured one? Are you aiming for the injured one?
The injured one, yeah. 22.
That hits.
Hits.
I like how Anna shoots them, and then Sarah just steps up and stabs them in the wound.
12.
12. That is more than enough to remove this particular orc from the fight.
Look, that guy.
It staggers back over Walker's body and falls its legs over top of Walker.
You.
And then, as a bonus action, do I want to do this? No. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. That brings us back to the top of the round with our strange white-handed friend. All right, I'm gonna need Sierra to make a Constitution.
God damn it.
Actually, sorry, 1 second. The white-handed elderly orc charges up 60 feet, lifts up their hand, and now I need you to make a Constitution save.
5.
You suddenly find that your vision has left you,
God damn it.
and you are blinded. So, understandably, you have disadvantage on attack rolls. You automatically fail any perception checks that have to do with your eyeballs. Let me consult the deck of menu to see if I'm missing any extra rules. Our Kickstarter is about to hit the next stretch goal, the first stretch goal. We're very excited. Blinded creature can't see and automatically fails. Yep, okay. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Okay, that's its turn. Which brings us to Lunabelle.
Right. So, it's the white hand one that just blinded Sierra?
Charged up 60 feet with like kind of an unnatural speed, and then stopped 30 feet away from you and from the group.
Well, let's firebolt that guy. That's not cool.
Okay.
Rude.
Make me a attack roll.
That is 18.
Hits.
I need D10. D10. That is 5 points of fire damage.
All right.
And I am going to. I'm a gnome, right? Duck in behind someone taller than me.
Anybody.
Behind Anna.
All right.
Okay.
Get behind Anna.
So,
I got you, Lunabelle.
And that gives you some cover, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my plan.
Walker, I need a death save, please. I think this is our first death save.
In the entire campaign, yep.
Yeah. Hit me. I failed.
Oh no! Oh no!
I rolled a 3.
Does everyone know their options in this situation and ways to help her? Emily, I know you've only played a little bit.
I think so, but I don't think I have anything that could help her.
Any amount of hit points will obviously bring her back, but also medicine check. If you can get close enough, doing a medicine check will stabilize her.
Okay.
Okay. Walker fails a death save. The orcs that have run up are one of them is dead. The other one looks over at its friend, disengages from the fight, and starts backing up towards where the robed creature is. The other two stand nearby it, but don't do anything. Anna.
How close am I to Walker?
Walker had moved up within 30 feet, so you are 60 feet away from where she is.
Okay, I wanna get close to her.
Okay. You would have to run there.
Okay.
Using your action to dash, and that's your whole turn, unfortunately, for now.
Okay.
So she'll have to survive one more round, which is likely, knock on wood. So, okay.
Come on, Walker.
I don't know. They're kicking that poor innocent badger. They might kick my dead body too, which will go badly for me.
Sierra.
Please don't kick her, Walker.
Sierra, it's your turn.
I can't do anything.
Oh, you're blinded, yeah. You can still try and attack things.
Am I even near anything anymore? Like they
No.
ran away.
Yeah.
I mean, am I close to Walker?
You would need to move the 60 feet as well.
I can only grope blindly around me to see if I can feel like a wall or something. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're alone now out in the...
Thanks, guys!
Yeah. Oh, no, Lunabelle is nearby. Since
I'm still there.
Emily was, Anna was nearby as well. And then Anna ran away, leaving Lunabelle out in the open as well. So, as you paw around, you touch the head, the top of Lunabelle's head.
Okay. I'm gonna like put my arm like around her front, and can I have her like point my hand at something?
You can ask her to, and on her turn,
Yeah.
she can start guiding you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you can hold a dash action, we'll say, so that on her turn you move forward 30 feet in the direction she points. Or is that what you want to do?
No, I think I just want to point towards something.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
Okay.
I'm not.
Did you want to do anything when she points? That's what I'm asking.
I probably move on my turn, so like.
Yeah.
God, Jesus. Thank you for.
We could move together.
Sure, we're gonna move together, but like, no, I'm not. If you're asking if I want to point and then run at something with a knife, no, I don't want to do that.
Okay. All right. So on Lunabelle's turn, you'll move with her if she moves. We'll say that. Which brings us back to the top of the round. The badger, who rolled higher than all of you and higher than everyone on its initiative roll, flips onto its legs and charges at the nearest orc. Giant badgers are tough, y'all. It's going to claw at the nearest one and hit.
A giant badger almost took out Perny in the Winter Oak side.
Well, there you go. Don't fuck with the badgers. It actually rips one of the orcs to shreds.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
And then tries to chomp at the ankle of another one. And hits. And you should have all just played badgers. And just like rips a chunk out of the leg and the boot of the one of the other remaining orcs. The orc with the elderly orc, his turn is next. Disengages from the badger zone and starts to move away from moves 60 feet away from or 30 feet, pardon me, away from the ruins, and starts heading off into the woods past the ruins. Which brings us to and they kind of are gesturing with their hands for the other orcs to follow. Lunabelle.
Okay, so I'm going to firebolt the same old dude again.
Sure.
I'm not a fan of him being so mean to my friends. That's less good. 13.
That hits.
Excellent. 9 points of fire damage.
Wow, okay.
And then I am going to like hold on to Sierra's arm since she's got it sort of there in front of me, and like walk forward 25 feet, I guess, because that's all I can move.
Okay.
To sort of try and catch up with everyone.
And Sierra, you follow behind with your hand on her shoulder. Yeah. Oh, is that spell? Oh no, it isn't. Interesting. Okay. All right. That brings us to Walker.
Oh, that was a success.
Good.
So 1 and 1.
All right. The orcs take their lead. One of them kind of just disengages and pushes the badger away from it, and puts his hand on the other orc, and they start backing up to follow along with their elder. Anna.
Do I still need to do a medicine check to help Walker?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to do that then.
All right. Make a medicine check.
11.
You need 10. So you. This is the first time I think you've probably seen this much gore. She got hit twice by great axes, and that never comes out. That never comes out looking good. But what do you use to staunch the blood flow?
I guess I would have like a scarf on me, maybe.
All right. So you pull probably
a very fancy scarf.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You pull a probably very valuable scarf and hesitate for a moment, but then just start wrapping it around her as best as you can. And Walker, we're gonna say that stabilizes you just enough.
Okay.
So you're unconscious, but at 0 hit points.
Okay.
Anna, that is your turn. Sierra.
Belle, is she still with me?
Yeah, you walk
yes.
together. Yeah.
And how far are we from thing? Are they leaving or are they still engaging us?
They're leaving. They're retreating.
I think I want to disengage from this.
You're not in the combat, so you can just not do anything if you want.
I just can't see though. Do I is this only going to end if this guy dies or calls it off?
It ends when the fight is over. People leaving is as good a victory as anything.
Okay. I'm fine. I'm just gonna sheath my sword.
Yeah, for roleplay purposes, Lunabelle's kind of, I imagine, giving you a rundown of what's going on. So the old one, he started walking away from everyone, and then the two mean guys with the axes, they were they followed him, so I think they're trying to run away. The badger bit one of them. He's so cute. It was the cutest bite I've ever seen.
Good badger.
All right. The top of the round, the badger starts running off into the woods. Before anything else bad happens to it. Has a bit of a limp, but seems to still be moving fairly fast. And then that brings us to Luna. The orcs aren't into the woods, so I just wanted to give you one more shot or whatever you're doing.
I'm actually gonna though ask Sierra if she wants to keep moving forward.
Okay.
Can she answer me on? It's just a quick.
Yeah, she can answer.
Forward towards the orcs, or?
Well, towards the rest of our group, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then I will use my whole. I think I need my whole action to get up there.
Yeah.
To them. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll just.
Yeah, you're all together. You're all together now, pretty much.
Okay.
Around Walker. Okay. Walker, you are stable. The orcs recede into the woods, as does the elderly orc, and that's where we will end the combat for now. Well, end the combat forever.
For now.
Okay. It's at this point that as you all lean down to presumably to check on Walker, that a new voice enters the arena. Let me just update their title card here.
Can I see yet?
Yeah, it only lasts a minute, so your vision eventually comes back to you. You all look up to see in that kind of little tent that the stones have made is what appears to be well, actually, Alicia, if you want to describe what this person looks like.
Yes, so this person looks very elvish, but everything about them reads as cold. They have long white hair. Their clothing is in shades of like icy blue and white, like long robes. They're very thin, almost frail, and they have ice blue eyes and very like delicate elvish features.
Okay. And you all look up and don't know where this person came from, but now they are here, and what do they say, if anything?
I'm going to say who enters the home of the elves?
We just kind of like look down at Walker because she's usually the one who speaks for us. Kind of like, just waiting for her to like get conscious.
Am I conscious? I assume I'm like out.
Yeah, you're completely out of it, but I'm like, come on, Walker. And I just kind of end up going, not orcs.
I see you have an injured friend.
Yeah, a little bit.
Walker
little
coughs up
worse
some
for
blood.
wear.
Is she important to you?
I mean, I like her. I'd like to keep her around.
Okay, so I sort of move, but when I move, it almost looks like I'm floating. Like I have feet, and you can see that they're like moving, but there's no like imprint in the snow, and I just kind of like, it looks almost like I'm gliding. And I'm going to glide walk over to Walker, and I'm going to lean down, and I'm going to whisper something in her ear that I will tell her privately.
That it was
And as I'm doing that, I'm going to touch her and cast Cure Wounds. Oh, that was not super great. So that's, you regain 4 hit points, Walker.
Thanks. Okay. Do when you staunch, like when you stop someone from being unconscious with a medicine check, don't they go back to 1?
No, it stabilizes you at 0 hit points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at 4. Cool. Thank you.
No problem. Lunabelle says, oh wow, another magic lady. This is so great. I'm Lunabelle, and she puts her hand out.
Yeah, okay. I extend a hand and I shake Lunabelle's hand.
She's real, you guys.
I am Alastra. This is my home.
I just tip my hat and say, certainly didn't mean to intrude upon your home. We were just out exploring, came upon some orcs harming one of the locals.
That happens from time to time.
We can get out of here if you desire that. Don't mean to intrude upon your home.
No, you are welcome, as long as you are friendly.
What is this place? Like, gesture at the weird runes and stuff.
This is my home. It's been the home of my people for a very long time.
Where are the rest of your people?
They have moved on. I remain here as a messenger.
Messenger for...
Yeah, what's the message?
And because you asked that, she suddenly like seems to change. Not robotic, but almost as if you've like triggered something in her. And she says, without kind of looking at you, just like staring off into space, "We have found our new home, whose name has a chill upon it. It rises from the earth, strong and mighty, and never shall humanity's corruption touch its bark. If you are one with the wilds, find us." And as soon as she delivers the message, she kind of like snaps back to looking a bit more alert and present.
And it's just like, got it, thanks.
All right, then, ma'am. Thank you for your assistance. I would like to find my horse and take leave of this situation.
Oh, you're welcome to stay. There are many interesting things to observe here.
So sorry, Alicia, your name's Alastra?
Alastra, yeah.
Alastra, as Alastra speaks, the family of badgers actually finds its way out of the woods. The patriarch who you saved, the mother who Sierra you saw, and then the little brood of baby giant badgers start heading out towards where the rune is. The father starts like knocking things over and like trying to roll whatever left of the orcs have left behind, roll it out of the area of the ruins. And then the mother is like gathering the badgers up in the sort of safe space in where that the runes make, to try and seemingly to start assembling a little nest and reclaim it from the orcs. The father badger that you rescued is really trying to just trash everything that looks like it's got orc stink on it.
I think Walker like kind of like comes to and is like, "What now? What's it? Is everyone okay? Did we save the badgers? What's going on?"
So yeah, you see the badger safe and sound, and its little badger family with it.
I kind of start joining in with the dad badger and like stomping on some of the orc stuff and kicking it. Trying to lift like a piece of the lean-to that's too heavy.
It doesn't really pay much attention to you, Anna. But yeah, there's just like a cacophony of noise as, you know, a water bucket is thrown into the woods, and a couple of javelins and spears are just snapped to just get rid of any evidence that the orcs were here.
Can Walker touch herself appropriately, cast Cure Wounds, and then go over and start investigating the orc corpses, the ones that remain?
Sure. Go for it.
Okay.
Sierra, what are you doing right now?
I just want to back out of this situation. It's weird, and I want my horse. I don't want any part in it. I was blind. I just want to get out of here. If we found something, we can go tell the guy on the train, but I'm done with it.
Okay. So I heal another 6 points. And then do I do like perception, investigation?
I would like an investigation roll from you if you're looking around.
Okay. Do I have advantage since it is in a forest?
Yes.
Gonna always bug you with that.
It's only if you're inside the train that I won't let that you can't roll. Yeah.
Okay. So that's not super good. It's 12.
You notice that a couple of the orcs are wearing boots that look different from the other orcs. As you're kind of going through their bodies, they have um, they have a lot more fur at the top. They have kind of a now shabby but was once blue kind of color to them, and you find 3 pairs of these boots.
Fancy boots.
Yeah, they bear the mark. They seem to have weathered the snow a lot better than the others.
Okay.
Winter orcs?
Yeah, winter orcs. Yeah. Alestra, what are you doing right now?
Just kind of silently observing. No, not silently. I'm observing, but like muttering a little bit under my breath.
Okay. A couple of the small, the young badgers are at your feet, and they're kind of pushing up against you like a cat would.
Yeah. I'll like lean down and pet them a couple of times.
Yeah. And they seem... Badgers don't tend to get along with anybody, but these ones seem to see a friend in Alestra.
Does the Papa Badger still look injured?
Yeah, he's favoring one of his front paws a little, but it doesn't seem to be stopping him from just like finally getting the last little bit of stuff out of the way. And now there was some straw that they were using as bedding that he's dragging over towards the center to try to build their new nest there.
Can I like go over like really slowly, like hand out and be like, "Hey there, little fella, can I maybe fix that paw for you?"
Can I get an animal handling check for me, please?
Oh, my animal handling is not bad. 15.
A little bit of recognition comes across, like as close as you can get with an animal, and he carefully moves towards you as your hand's out.
If he like lets me touch him,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Go for it.
Okay, so then I cast Cure Wounds and heal him for 5 points.
5 points. Yeah, that's enough. They were kicking him not so much to injure him, but just to harass him mostly. But you see that paw kind of strengthens, and he begrudgingly kind of like butts his head up against you and returns to his brood.
Thanks for your help, bud. And I go back to the group.
Lunabelle says, "This is so great. We have like a whole family of animal friends now. I don't ever want to leave." And she starts walking amongst them. Do you have animal handling, Lunabelle? It's not too bad. She gets close, and the mother starts to growl a bit, and she's like, "Oh, okay, they're just getting settled in, I guess. You guys are super cute. I'm gonna leave you there."
I pick up one of the baby badgers,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk over to Lunabelle with it and kind of like bend down because I am probably a lot taller than she is, and kind of present the baby if she wants to touch it.
A baby giant badger is the size of a regular badger.
Well, you can hold it in my arms.
Yeah. No, I'm just and it's bigger. It's like a little bigger than Lunabelle is, and it kind of like purrs a little bit, and she puts her hand out and pets it. I bet Katie is gonna be super upset she missed all this badger petting. Oh well.
She just hopped into the Twitch chat.
Okay, good. I know she's listening. She can't watch because she can't open her eyes. I don't know what that means. That sounds awful, but.
I want to turn to Alastra and just be like, "So, Elf Lady, what was the deal with that weird orc? You seem to know things about having white stuff. What do you know?"
I don't know what I know about the weird orc.
So
Let
you,
me,
Alestra, you've been observing them for a while. you did not interrupt them for reasons that were your own, but it appeared that that was some kind of that orcish elderly orcish woman was a priest of some kind to them. They could not speak, but seemed to be able to communicate with the other orcs. And they spent a long time just observing the ruins, while the other orcs sort of fought over meals and did hunting. It seemed to want to know. It had a look of wanting to understand what this was. And you have a feeling that its energy, the energy of this place, drew this particular orc there.
All right, I relay that information. Do I know if the orcs were evil or good? I mean, are they normal orcs or are they... This is unfair. I have kind of knowledge of the actual forest, but...
They, you did not see much more than what their campsite was like.
Okay.
But...
So I have no sense of whether or not...
you saw their you did see their cruelty.
Okay.
You did not begrudge them hunting, but you did see their cruelty towards the badger.
Okay.
And they upset the balance a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, the badger starts settling in. They've started creating a little nest here. They've reclaimed it somewhat. Walker, you're still kind of going around kicking things out of the way to see if anything is of value.
Useful.
You find about 24 gold pieces amongst all the orcs. You find enough simple rations to last maybe like eight days. Like they've been prepared for long journeys. They have weapons. They have great axes and things. There's a couple of javelins left if that's something that interests you. But beyond that, they seem to live pretty simple lives since they're on the go. Although the construction that they've built around this place is pretty sturdy.
Okay. I think I just sort of confirm with Alestra then and say like, so you live here and they came in and made a place. They weren't bothering you none, but they were pestering the animals.
That's correct. Many people come here.
Would you hate it if more people came here?
Those who seek answers must be worthy to receive them.
But what about, like, tourists?
Are you seeking answers?
I mean, they might be.
The orcs?
No, not the... Well, if, hypothetically, there were an influx of people who knew where these runes were and wanted to just come, see them. Maybe draw a little sketch of it as a souvenir. Wander around, do a day hike, have a picnic. Is that something that would upset you?
No.
All right, cool. Then we can tell Wendell about it. You can even make crafts and stuff to sell to all the tourists coming in.
You want me to make crafts?
I mean, if that's your jam, you like making necklaces?
In response
do
to that,
a bracelet?
I say, I can make a craft, and I'm kind of confused. And I cast Druid Craft to make spring blossoms appear on some of the vines that are kind of creeping around the ruins.
Ooh, she could charge for a magic show. Every afternoon at 2 and 4.
Charge?
Do you like money? Gold?
I just put my hand on her shoulder and just like kind of try and tell her to be quiet a little bit because it's like really embarrassing me.
On Anna's shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no use for gold.
Maybe snacks then. They could bring you snacks. in
I do not
exchange
eat.
for- Oh, I don't think we have a lot in common.
That's
how about
true.
how about wine? Do
I'm
you
not
like
sure
wine?
you seem worthy.
I get really offended at this. I'm like, I am a Sinclair and a Sinclair of the Bellisk Sinclairs. Do you know who I am? My goodness, I've never been so offended in my life.
I literally say nothing. I'm just staring.
Yeah, I go over kind of like Sierra did, and I'm like, I don't know if this is the best place. I mean, maybe there's a different clearing we can suggest to them, but maybe we should let this one alone.
I mean, she said she was open to tourists if they were worthy.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I guess we could allow them to come see it, but it seems like the kind of place that was better off without.
Friends.
I
Pardon?
missed that.
Yeah.
What do you seek?
Something for Wendell. I don't know.
Is Wendell your leader?
Ugh, no. But he's giving us money because we have use for that to find places where people might want to visit.
What people?
Train
There are
people.
few people in the forest. Train people?
You know, people from the big city.
And at that, I look very alarmed. And I start to like shake my head.
So
I'm like, no, not again.
no
Not
tourists.
again.
Anna, this isn't a place like that. This is some kind of holy, important place. You can't just bring in people who want to gawk at it.
But can we sell I Heart Runes t-shirts?
Like, people just take whatever they want. It just disgusts me. Like, it's almost as bad as those orcs.
What did you think this trip from Wendell was?
I walk over to Sierra and I take her hands in mine and I look her in the eye and I say, you understand. You know what they've done.
It's hard to lose what you love, and it's hard to lose your home. I think you should take leave.
Walker, can I get a wisdom save from you, please?
Eep. Hi. I will say, I don't know if this matters, but as a half elf, I have advantage against being charmed or something like that, but I rolled a 16.
As you're kind of still going around making sure that anything of use is taken away from here, you feel compelled to kind of get closer to the ruins. It's not like a charm or anything like that. There's just suddenly a ping goes off in the back of your skull, basically, and you turn towards that, and you're just compelled to go and lay your hand on it.
Okay, I absolutely go do that then. Without question.
As you do, there's like a bright flash of an image in your head of a large tree, and then your hand is removed and you take a step back. And it's like a sharp pain almost that fades quickly. And yeah, you suddenly think of who was your elven parent?
My mom.
Yeah. And so you suddenly think of your mom just briefly.
Okay. I got this image of the tree, this bright flash, and it was kind of like startling, and I got it from touching the rocks, like from touching the ruins. Was it kind of like pained?
No, I think you're not taking any damage or anything. It's more like that it was just a really bright light, you know, that shimmers off of that just filled your whole vision, and then as the white light faded, you saw this giant tree, very quickly, obviously, and then everything left you.
Did the tree remind me of the evil tree?
No, different. Very, very vibrant, very much alive tree.
Okay. Well, I guess I turn to Alestra. I kind of like shake my head, and I'm like, did there used to be a special tree here? Was there something here before? Was something
You've seen the winter oak.
the winter oak?
Did the ruins show you the winter oak?
I don't know what I saw. I saw a tree. I saw a really special tree, and it reminded me of my mom, and I don't know.
I'm going to go over to Walker, and I'm going to lay a hand on her. And as I do, I would like to flash an image of a town in her mind, in the exact same way that she saw the image of the tree.
Okay, that happens.
Okay. What was that? What are you showing me?
The forest thinks you're worthy.
Oh, gosh. I don't know what that means. Guys, I think I might have a concussion. I think being unconscious wasn't good for me. I'm a little bit. I think
Lunabelle says, I want a brain message. And she like runs over and grabs your hand and puts it on her head.
You know what? I will give an image of Happy Badger.
Oh.
Ah, now I can bring him with me.
Okay. What is that? I ask Alestra, I'm like, is that a town? Is it in trouble? Does it have to be saved? Did that used to be here? Is it gone now?
The worthy will know the answers.
Oh gosh, I'm not worthy then, because I don't know what's going on at all.
It is a puzzle that needs solving.
Oh, I don't think I'm super good at puzzles, but I'll try.
And at the same time I say that, I'm gonna like point in the direction of like any runes that are written on the ruins, the runes on the ruins.
Can I go over and investigate?
Sure.
Whatever was pointed out? Okay. I'm do that.
What languages do you speak?
Oh. I speak Common, Elvish, Gnomish, and Orc.
Okay. Make an Arcana check then.
Which I have -1 to. And I rolled a 7, so that's a 6. So nope.
Lunabelle, who opens her eyes to stop thinking about badgers for a second, looks over towards the ruins and sees you trying to understand them. And I'll have her do a quick Arcana check as well. A 23. They seem to have like a secret message in Sylvan. I can't read Sylvan.
I've heard of Sylvan, but I never learned it. I was never really the scholarly type.
I'll write them down. We can think about these, in between thinking about badgers.
Sounds like a good plan.
She starts scribbling down some on parchment. Or no, she has like a little note-taking gadget that unfurls some parchment in the armor, so she can still sit and think about badgers.
Just for myself, I think I'll take out, like, I have some scrap, like it is in my inventory. So, like, I don't have a book or anything, because turns out those are gosh darn expensive. But I do have some, like, scrap paper and, like, charcoal, and I just take a rubbing. Like, I just do a...
Sure.
Like it's like a physical impression. It should work.
Sure. There's just around the stones, there's these thin kind of bands of information, and you are you kind of have to take the time to do that. I think what we'll do is take our break now. We'll leave it here as you finish up gathering the information from the runes, and then we'll be back in about 10 minutes. We got a tip, apparently, which is really great. I want to say thank you to, I think it was Mr. Matthew in the chat, for leaving us a little tip. So just somewhere below us, there is a button if you're so inclined and want to help Alicia and I and all of our players make these fun shows, then please click that button and drop us a little bit of money. It goes
pizza.
towards
Money's for pizza.
the money we'll be delivering pizzas across Ontario to all of our players. Yeah, pizza is good for you. So make sure we get some. Some pizza's good. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be back in 10 minutes with more Cold Iron. See you soon.
Get that pizza money.
Welcome back to I almost said Lost on the Great Road like you did on your game, Alicia. It's just in there. To Cold Iron, episode 6. We're back. The pretzels have been consumed. The pizza that wasn't unwanted pizza has been eaten, and we are back. Where we left off, you had just scared off and cleared out a small band of orcs from an elven ruin, and have met the seeming protector of this ruin, Alestra. The little family of badgers, the badger that you saved, ran off into the woods and gathered its family, and has now tried to reclaim this ruin as its home, and seems to be doing a damn good job of it.
I'm happy to have it here.
All right. So, and of course, Walker has seen a vision of a large tree, which Alestra has referred to as the Winter Oak. What's everyone doing?
I still want to get the hell out of Dodge.
Anna's looking a little put out, kind of accepting that they're not going to tell Wendell about this area.
Lunabelle says, "Don't worry, Anna. We'll start our own business back at the train."
What are we gonna sell?
And she pulls a little piece of string and ties it around the top of a walnut and holds it up. You can wear this.
Perfect.
People would love. This is you could bring a little bit of nature with you. We could teach people
on a string.
We could teach people how to think about badgers.
I think we need to work on our business plan.
I don't know what that is. Right. It's getting to be. You guys left you folks left in the morning, so it's getting to be closer to high noon, yeah. The sky is cloudy. There's little bits of blue sky. You can see past it. Little bits of sun coming down. This area in particular around this ruin seems to be warmly lit, if not actually warm. What's everyone doing?
Anybody bring some snacks?
I pull out the rations I got from the orcs. I'm waste not, want not here. Have some of this.
So there's hard tack, just kind of very dense bread, and meat that's been preserved from raw, kind of salted, and not much else. They have a low vegetable diet, these orcs. It's a lot of meat.
Or I could find you something fresh nearby. I'm pretty good at gathering.
Yes, that one. I like that idea. Okay. Let's do that.
So as we're going, then I use my retro politics, and it says something like, "And you find twice as much food while foraging." All right. That one. That ability.
Roll a survival check, please, with advantage, of course.
Okay.
Come on, bring me something good.
I know. Hang on. I'm double checking if there's anything else. Oh, that's not bad. 18 plus 5, 23.
Yeah, you managed to gather up a good amount of kind of cold weather berries and things that seem to sprout in this area. They're hardy. They're not really. They're kind of like cherries, they've got a hard outer, a little bit harder on the outside, and they're just sturdier. And you gather up a couple of big handfuls of those that will go with what you have pretty well. And you return back to the rune. But before you do, can I get you to do a perception check, please?
Man. With advantage because I'm in the fort.
Just a straight one for now.
Dang it! Okay. Perception. Oh, that's still fine. 17.
Yeah, in the distance you hear. It's obviously coming from some kind of beast, but you hear a trumpeting kind of call. Sort of from the woods on the way back in the direction you'll be heading.
Oh, okay. On
I'll
the
let
way back that we're going to be headed towards the train?
Yeah, on your way back. I mean, it seems to be in the distance some ways. You could make a nature check, I guess, if you want more information about it, or try to know more information about it. And as you think about it on the way back to the ruins.
Okay. Well, I assume we're already headed back to the train, aren't we? Like, did we gather up and start heading back, or
No one. There was interest expressed by Sierra, but no one has officially. At least I don't think so.
Okay. Well then, I get back to the group and I voice that. I say that I heard. Here's the food I found. Start eating it, and I heard something. I think we should be heading back, but I think we ought to be careful because I heard something in that direction. Some sort of weird noise.
Was it more orcs?
It was some sort of creature. I don't think it was orcs.
Make a nature roll there, Walker.
Wah. Oh, dang. 19.
You did a little bit of research, about the types of things that beasts and things you might find out here. You think that might be the sound of a mammoth.
Oh.
Rumored to be up here, surviving the winters year to year to year. You've heard but never seen these types of things. But it's the kind of in the notes that you found that you think that might be what this is. A large woolly mammoth wandering the snow.
Okay. Well, I communicate everything you just said.
What now?
It's like it's real big. And it has like these tusks you don't want to mess with, and it's got like it's covered in fur, and it's I don't know if they're vicious or not. I don't think they're like, active hunters or anything, but I don't think you want to get on their bad side either.
So this fur, you think it would make a cute coat?
I don't know if you want to tangle with no mammoth.
At this point in time, I sort of like sidle up to Walker, and I lean down and I whisper, "Don't you feel the call of your people?"
Is she a mammoth?
Sorry. My family's back home. I came out here. They should be safe and sound back where I left them. I don't see a problem.
You and I are not unalike. I too hear the horn of hunting.
Oh.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, I really like hunting. That's true. I don't know. I don't think I ever heard it before. I don't know, came out here to see things, and I appreciate you giving me this information, and I'll think about it. I will. But I think we all need to be heading back. I think Sierra's got the right of it. I think we gotta be heading back now. But I won't be telling no one that you were here because I don't wanna ruin what you got. I think it's nice, and I don't want nobody messing with it. So thank you for the head pictures you gave me, and I'll think about it.
I'm gonna let her seem like she's walking away.
Oh
And
gosh.
as she walks away, I'm going to give her some more head pictures
Ah,
and feelings.
not feelings. No.
Like a horn ringing out, and the sound of like hooves hitting the ground, and a sense of adventure and calling and longing and a hunger for the hunt.
Oh boy. Oh. I think at this point Walker is so overwhelmed with everything that's happened. I think Walker is really confused. Probably just like stops at this point.
Let us walk a while. I'll accompany you on your journey. I'll tell you the story of my people.
I kind of lean over to Walker. I think she's hitting on you.
You also said that about Jonas. I'm not sure you guys know what you're talking about. I think she's just being nice. Listen. I appreciate it. If you want to come with us, that'll be great. We could use all the help we can get, I suppose, and then we can see off before we get too far back to the train. But I think Sierra's right, and we should be heading back.
And I just kind of gesture like, after you.
Okay. If everyone's ready to go.
Lunabelle walks over to Sierra and grabs her hand. Ready?
Where are our horses? Can you just like call them over?
They were just a little further back. You can head back towards where they are.
Take out my ocarina and I play Epona's song. Joking.
Yeah, I don't like whistle and start walking towards them.
Sure. I'm assuming you tied them up or something, but...
Yeah, I assume we did. I feel like Sierra's the only one who might have a well enough trained horse to, like...
Yeah. Yeah, I'll allow that for Dulce for sure, but you three are lucky that they just didn't throw you into the woods and run off, so... Well, maybe not Walker so much, but... So you start heading back towards the horses. Dulce is the only one that wasn't tied up, trained as they are. Runs up, or trots up to Sierra.
Give it a little pat and then get on up. Like, I just don't want to be here. This lady is freaking me out, but also kind of annoying me.
Okay.
We have shit.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
No, it's okay.
All right. Then I will talk then about something. Everyone's getting on their horses and starting to head back. Everyone has their own horse, right? Yes. We
Yeah,
that.
except for Alestra.
Except for Alestra.
All right. I will
Float.
glide gracefully alongside the horses with no problem.
Alestra seems to make pace without too much of an issue as you start heading back. Anna, I'll need a animal handling from you, please.
Yeah. Oh, I got natural 20.
Ooh.
All right, you and Lovelace are in sync. Lovelace is just like all about showing off and making you look good.
Yeah.
The side
That's
saddle
my girl.
dressage.
Yeah.
Doing fancy prances.
The path is well worn. You know where you're going. You're heading back, and then you all hear the sound that Walker described to you, kind of a animal call mixed with a trumpet sound, and it seems to be a little further into the woods on your left, closer than maybe you would feel comfortable with.
As we've been walking, I have been walking and talking.
As you do.
As you do. But I've been specifically, like I said, talking about the history of my people. Really deliberately focusing, like saying it out loud to everyone, but like trying to make a connection with Walker. And so I talk about how many, many moons ago, my people roamed the continent everywhere until the humans came. And I talk about how the humans and the dwarves made a pact, and that they made an unnatural home of concrete and metal and things that you don't find in the forest. And that they subjugated my people on the other side of the mountain. And then that they harmed them and they took away what made them elves. And that so my people on the side of the mountain have hid. And I just keep talking about only those who are worthy can find the answers.
I just kind of shrugged and was like, I never read any of that in the Bellisk history books.
Oral history is really where it's at.
Jordan, would my mom have told me anything like this? Or would it have been sort of like, she's kind of been separate from that for a while?
Yeah, it's like generations and generations and generations for elves ago. You would hear stories. You would hear some stories about it, but there's a lot of amongst the elves, the full elves that live in Bellisk. There is a lot of trying to fake it till you make it kind of stuff, where they have warped what has happened into sort of a Stockholm syndrome-y situation, where they've warped what has happened into a good thing for them, how their lives are improved. They don't live in the wilderness anymore. They have safety for their families. They have employment, that kind of thing. I mean, that's kind of the lie that's been handed down for a long time, so you would just be getting the little tail end of that, where now most elves are embarrassed to think that there are elves that still run around in the woods. Like
Master
animals.
does not run, she glides.
Right.
Just saying. Gracefully.
Yeah, so they would think that they were animals. That's up to you to share that, and your mom, I imagine her not to in your case, since you grew up with a respect for the woods. So your mom is not as like indoctrinated perhaps, but
yeah.
But yeah, you would have heard stories of the basic idea of that, how you all used to live in the woods, and now you've got better lives in the city. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know what you mean by worthy. I don't like hearing about free folk being subjugated. That's not something I want to hear about at all. Everyone should be free to do what they choose. I think a lot of the people back home didn't seem too unhappy with their situations. I don't know what to think. I bumped my noggin earlier and I'm not feeling great. I appreciate your words. I'm gonna try and take it into account, and I do think this place is special and I want to explore it. But I mean, I don't want to ruin it, but I kind of just came here to hunt, I don't know. This seems awful big for me.
On that
Then
note,
I think we should hunt.
Uh-oh.
on that note, there are large footfalls up ahead on the path as this massive, hairy mammoth steps out of the woods. Kind of looks down the pathway, the route at you, and lets out a blare on its trunk, and moves again past on into the woods on the other side. This thing is huge, super majestic, lots of meat on it. Delicious meat.
I don't. Holy cow! I don't know. You're saying we should hunt. I don't think we can take that down. I don't know if I want us for. Oh gosh. I almost died today.
But I healed you.
I'm still not feeling 100%, you know, but I do. Did the horses are the horses okay? They didn't spook or anything?
No, it was far enough away, and they've been used to sort of the noises of the train and the traveling a lot, so there's a little, unsteady, a little nervous stepping around, but they're not terrified. This thing wasn't being aggressive, it just made a noise.
Yeah, it's just going by. I do want to, I think especially because Alestra put all that stuff, I think, Walker would normally be super cautious here, but Alestra literally just filled her head with ideas of adventure and hunting and stuff like that. So I feel like she maybe just hops off her horse and just tries to crouch and just look at it. I don't think she's hunting it, but I think she's not about to attack it, but I think she wants to get a closer look. So she kind of crouches down and just chases after a little bit to see it a little bit closer,
Okay.
intending to come right back.
Cool.
Okay.
So give me a stealth roll.
I thought you were just gonna let me have it.
Oh.
No, it's fine. It's my bad. Well, that is not great. It's a 13.
It's not really looking for you, so you managed to get up behind it and get a closer look at it. What's everyone else doing right now? I guess Walker has just jumped off her horse and wandered off a little bit towards the mammoth.
I'm keeping an eye on Lunabelle, worried that he's gonna go running and try to ride it.
Oh shit! I didn't think of that.
Lunabelle is watching very closely, and she has got Peanut slowly moving a little forward with every little bit that passes, but has not charged off just yet.
Bring my horse up to Lunabelle and kind of grab the reins out of her hands to hold it there, and then
I just wanted to get a closer look. I wasn't gonna. Fine.
What is wrong with everyone? Did you see that thing?
I thought it was really. I mean, obviously Walker is. I think if Walker thinks it's safe to get close, we should be fine.
I think Walker's under some kind of. I don't know. Walker, what's wrong with you?
So you yell that out.
Are you shouting that?
Yes.
I have also crept up alongside Walker, and am continuing to say things that I've been saying the whole time. Feeling the call of our people, and talking about the urge for the hunt and those kinds of things. I'm kind of literally the devil and or angel on your shoulder. It really depends on how you want to interpret that.
And Luna also says to Anna and Sierra, I don't think that she's very easy to charm. I mean, I know only a little bit about half elves and things, but I think she's making these choices herself.
Swearing in deep speech, just annoyed and wanting to get out of here and not entangled up in this nonsense.
So Walker, if you want to give me a perception check with advantage to kind of gather some information on it.
Dice have been good to me so far. Why are you being mean now? Oh God, nope.
Even with advantage?
Even with advantage, it was not good. It was 12.
All right. You take note of a couple of weak spots, and you see that obviously it's not very nimble. So your mind starts to spin about ways that you could maybe hunt this thing, maybe at a later date.
I was gonna say, I think like she's hearing like Alestra put stuff in her head, but she's also being mindful that like we were just in a fight, like it's not the most opportune time. Her friends are like kind of restless and annoyed. We should be heading back. We don't know the terrain, so I think as a like a hunter, she wants to do it, but at the same time she knows woods nature and she knows that it's not ideal right now, so she's gonna just like take a breath and like shake her head and head back to the group.
The mammoth continues its way back into the deeper woods, and soon its footfalls disappear as you start heading forward again.
I think she silently gets back onto her horse and just starts riding forward. I don't think she even says anything. She's just like...
All right.
Anna follows, just like, okay.
Can I drive my own horse now?
Yeah. Just drop the reins as soon as Walker gets up. Like,
right.
She's not worried anymore.
All right. Lunabelle trots off on Peanut up ahead. So Sierra, you're the last one. You're watching everyone ride off, and you're about to get Dulce to start moving. And there's a voice in your head. You've only heard it a few times before. And it says, "Keep them focused, child. There's a task ahead."
Just like say out loud, like, I'm trying my best. Just, come on, I'm trying.
Allies are important, but only if they walk the same path.
Just like shake and like pull out a flask and kind of take a shot, and then try and catch up with everyone.
Sure. Drunk driving, huh? Don't do it, kids. All right. Or adults. Wait, why are kids driving? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, driving is the questionable thing there.
Sorry, what was that? Sarah?
Oh, no.
Oh, Anna? All right. You, without too much issue, you find your way back to the train. It's about dinner time by the time you get back.
I stop when the train comes into view.
Right.
And am shocked.
Yeah, so stretching back a quarter mile is wood and metal on a track made out of the same material. It looks like little buildings that are all on wheels, and doors are open on the sides of some of them. Shoot, where is my train map? I'll have to get that, but yeah, and there are people milling about. As darkness starts to come, as the nighttime starts to fall, there's steam coming out of, like, warm air coming out of different buildings. There are some people milling about, and at the front are two large mechanical things that are digging up a large blackened looking tree, and they're trying to like dig underneath and pull up the roots, and they've got maybe about 10% of the roots above the ground.
I just am like overcome with emotion, and I'm shaking my head, and I'm like, no, No, it's happening again. It's happening again. It's trying to stop you. Can't you see that it's trying to stop you? You have to go back. You can't be here. You have to go back.
What's trying to stop us? The evil tree? Because someone, I don't know if you want to come see this evil tree. Like maybe you know something about it, but there's another Fennel, I believe her name is. She works on the train, but she's an elf, and she recognized that it was cursed, and I can tell you it wasn't no normal tree. I don't know if you want to come see what that is, but
I'm very hesitant, but I will, if you go, like, follow you towards the tree.
yeah, when I like make the connection that maybe she, because we still haven't figured out exactly what's going on there, even with like all of us all trying to like sort of figure it out. We haven't 100% nailed it down. So I think maybe she'll understand, and I try and take her straight towards just the evil curse tree.
So, Alestra, you take just a few steps, and then like an invisible cord tied around your waist, you can't step any further away.
Further away from the forest?
You can't step any closer, pardon me, to the train or the... And everyone, as you're looking at her, she kind of flickers a little bit.
Well, that's normal.
I can't go near it. They don't want me to go near it.
Who's they?
My people. I have a message. They seem a little confused at this point in time. I have a message, and I just actually kind of repeat the same message that I gave earlier, which I can pull up if I need to, but that message about whatever it was that I said.
It's in the chat.
That one.
Yeah. We have found our new home, whose name has a chill upon it. It rises from the earth, strong and mighty, and never shall humanity's corruption touch its bark. If you are one with the wilds, find us.
Yeah, so I repeat that again, and it's back, and I'm looking at the train, and I'm looking at the tree, and I keep saying, nature doesn't want you here, the forest doesn't want you here.
Where are we supposed to go?
Away. Only those who are worthy can find the answers.
Walker's worthy. Walker's got us. We're with her.
I don't know if it works like that, Anna. I'm not sure, but you're saying like that. Say humanity shall never touch its bark, but this tree, it doesn't seem good for the forest either. Like it seems it's cursed. You wouldn't want that. I mean, you know, when one tree is sick, you got prune it back so that it doesn't spread to the other trees.
That tree should not be here.
Finally, we agree on something.
That you are here and the tree is here. You caused the tree. The tree should not be here. The forest doesn't want you here.
So it wasn't anybody who put the tree there? It was just the forest?
I don't know, but that tree is not natural.
That was one of the few things we were able to figure out. We just don't understand why.
Because you're here. You should not be here. My people won't like it.
Your people have moved on. They found a new home.
You do not belong here.
Feeling a little hostile right now.
And I am, in fact, getting more and more agitated.
And as you get agitated, you flicker further. Sort of like your form is being unbound by your own emotions.
I think just out of annoyance, I back my horse further towards the train.
Mm-hmm. you try and take another step towards the train, and that tether still keeps you from. You have the rage in you that you haven't felt in a long time, but no means to deal with it. Yeah.
As I'm getting angrier, color starts to come into me. And instead of looking like the blues and whites and the chill of the winter forest, I start to turn bright yellow and hot and red like the fire of summer.
What kind of ghost nonsense is this?
In fact, some heat comes off of her, and the snow melts a bit around her, and actually some green grass starts to grow at her feet.
I look very pointedly at Walker, and I say, "The forest thinks you're worthy, and now you have the key."
What key? You didn't give me. She like pats herself down. She's like, you didn't give me no key. I don't.
And I just continue to get like angrier, and that like the thaw kind of starts to spread out a little bit from where I am.
Anna holds her hands up kind of like this, warming up.
And then the flickering intensifies until I guess it stops and I'm not there anymore.
I knew it, she was a ghost.
I had no idea she was a ghost.
The spooky ruin sent a ghost home with us.
Well, you should leave him behind.
Snowfall starts to fill the spot that has the green grass where she was standing, and soon it's obscured completely again by snow. And progress lies behind you. The sound of machinery ringing in your ears as Fidja and Sneer are desperately trying to get this tree out of the way so that progress can progress. What would you like to do next?
Did Sierra already head back to the train? Is that what you were saying?
Sierra backed up a bit. She has not gone all the way as far as I know.
Let's get going. I'm gonna hop off my horse and walk it towards the train. I'm over it.
Okay.
I follow pretty quickly because Anna doesn't want to hang around ghosts. No interest in a haunted forest.
All right.
I think Walker stays for like a second, but then she like shakes her head and follows because like it has been a weird day. She almost died. Turns out she was just making friends with a ghost. Like,
yeah, it's been a weird one, I guess.
Yeah, time to go. Walker wants to go to bed.
All right. It is around dinner time, so. Sorry, I'm just digging up my a picture I took of the train picture. Okay. Yeah, so it is about dinner time, and you are starting to find you're hungry. You can just also go to sleep and eat in your own cars or whatever. But you do have a little bit of time before before nightfall comes fully, to process the things that have been going on here. Lunabelle takes off towards the lab cars. She says, "I'm gonna check in on our goop."
Did you find someone who can translate those the runes we found on the ruins?
The runes on the ruins? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I would try and find Fennel if that's
Sure. Fennel and Walter both have like a birth where they stay at the front of the train so that they're always. I mean, someone has to be driving the train at all times, obviously, when it's moving. But they both have their own cabin kind of thing up there.
Yeah. I'll ask Sierra and Anna if they want to. I was thinking I'd go talk to Fennel. She seems, I don't know, she seemed the one most in tune with the forest and stuff like that. I think maybe she'd understand something that crazy ghost is trying to tell us.
Yeah, I feel like she's our best bet for some answers.
It's gonna shrug and take another shot.
Miss Sierra, if you wouldn't mind, could I have some of that? It's been a real rough day.
I'm gonna pass it to you, but it is like moonshine.
Okay, I feel like Walker probably wasn't expecting that and maybe gets like a bit like knocked like a bit like like.
So you guys are as you're doing this, you're approaching the front of the train.
Yep.
Walter is he has like a little lunchbox. He's sitting on the side of the engine, seemingly unbothered by the noise. He's about to take a bite out of a large sandwich, and then he looks at you and says, "Oh, it's sorry, not wrong voice. It's our resident looky-loos. What can I do for you ladies today? I heard you were out here a night ago, and you were keeping watch on Fija as she worked. Is this true?"
Lunabelle was a little curious.
Curiosity's not a valued aspect of a personality to me. What do you need now?
I think we were hoping to talk to Fennel. If that'd be all right.
It's a free continent. You can talk to whoever you please. Fennel, you have friends that want to see you? He goes back to munching on his sandwich. And Fennel pokes her head out and says, "Oh, hello. I hear you took the horses out. Well, I see that you took the horses out. Did you see anything interesting?"
A ghost?
A ghost. Are you sure that's what you've seen?
It was real spooky, real...
I am familiar with...
Not real.
I'm familiar with some spirits. It's not surprising that you may have run into one in the woods. Did it prove hostile? Did it provide you with guidance in some way?
Got a bit toasty.
Okay.
I'd say it was pretty kind if you were an elf and pretty hostile otherwise.
All right. I'm not sure I can help too much with this. Do you have some specific questions you have for me? You seem to have encountered some kind of forest spirit. I'm sorry that it... I'm sorry if it seemed aggressive to the non-elf folk in your group, but you have to understand the legacy of humans is not a good one.
So, languages. Do you know them?
I'm speaking a language right now.
Do you know other ones?
I do. That was a very swift subject change, and I understand that maybe you don't want to talk about the ghost anymore. So that's fine.
It was real spooky.
Ghost related.
I know a few languages. What do you need? What do you need read?
I think at that point Walker pulls out the rubbing she took of the runes on the runes. And I think she says, like, I couldn't read these, but we knew they were kind of special, and I think little Luna told us she thinks they're Sylvan. Is that something that perhaps you can help us with?
Oh, yes. I've dabbled a little in the ancient tongue of the elves. She grabs or takes them from you gently and starts looking at them. Now this is very interesting. They seem to describe 2 points. They seem to describe 2 locations. There are 2 locations described here. Your dungeon master will get them to you at another time, but there are 2 descriptions of locations, and then there seems to be the implication that they are connected. It's difficult to translate directly, but as though an invisible line is drawn between them. I'm not sure this helps.
So, a ghost line?
For lack of a better word, I suppose. It's more that I think there is some kind of arcane line that connects them. Ancient, magical line. As she leans to Walker, our ancestors, spoke of ley lines. I'm not sure if that's what this is referring to, but it seems like this wants to guide you to 2 locations and says that they are linked. But there's no real distance away or where these locations can be found, unfortunately. I hope this helps.
More than we knew before. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Any chance I can get to... Excuse me. Any chance I can get to practice my Sylvan. But other than that, no trouble? Ghost and ruins?
Well, Go ahead. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Just some orcs with an orc priest.
That sounds dangerous. I hope that... I hope this information is worth the challenge.
I mean, we're all still alive, so that's great, right? None of us almost died or nothing.
My scarf's no longer alive.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll see if I can clean that up. Since I guess it's my blood. So the Fennel, the ghost person, she kept trying to tell me about, I guess, our ancestors, and there was a special place, and she kept putting pictures in my head of a town and a tree and saying that she'd given me some sort of key, and if I was worthy I could find it, and she said that the tree was, you know how we don't know how the evil tree got here? We know it's evil, it's not natural, but she says that the forest did that. She said that it's trying to stop us. I don't understand. I got beaten up pretty bad today, so I don't know I'm the best to handle this.
It would seem that a spirit of the woods has decided to give you this information. I'm far away from my notes and things. I can try my best to get you some more information. I've been studying our ancestry for a while, but it's still... I've been studying our ancestry for a while, but there are still things that are not known to me. I think that there is a kernel of truth to what she said about the tree being sent from the woods, or as a way to slow us down or stop us. But I assure you, my place here isn't just assisting Walter, but is in fact making sure that we are respectful of what we find.
Excuse me.
Dude, hey,
It sounds as though that you were respectful of the runes, and so I think that's the best that you can do right now.
So, Walker, if you're deemed worthy, do you think you could do anything to vamoose the goopy tree?
I don't know how worthy I am. I ain't never heard nothing like this before. This is just I mean, maybe that ghost is just grasping at straws because she's like, well, at least this ain't no orc. This is good. I'll trust this one, but I don't know.
I mean, you were given a key.
What key? I'm so confused. Y'all saw the same mammoth I saw. That was, the most interesting part of that.
Fennel goes over as you're having a little bit of a freak out and puts her hand on your shoulder and says, I think your ancestry is providing you with some worthiness. I don't know that this spirit understands spirits that have been around a long time, like an elven spirit might be, erode. They start to lose the details somewhat, and really they only hold on to what was most strongest in them in life. And I think it sounds like this is some kind of protector spirit that saw an ally of the woods and someone who respected wilderness and just attached themselves to you in a way. I don't think you've been given the burden of some great quest. Not yet.
Good, because it was all a little much. It was all a little much for me. And hearing that, like, I'm worthy just because how I was born, I ain't done nothing to deserve that.
Again, what is left of the spirit of this elf is it's been eroded down to pure love of the woods, if that makes any sense. And so its task is less to actually be its task is now just to make sure that other people carry on its legacy, is my guess. And it does seem you have a key of sorts, and she gestures at the runes that you have in your hand.
Yeah, I guess so, but I can't read these.
Well, I'll write down what they say, and then your
Okay.
dungeon master will convey them to you at a later time, as I mentioned.
Okay.
The great dungeon master in the sky.
Seems legit. I buy it.
Yeah. I think this is quite interesting, and I think you have an opportunity to learn more about things, and I'll be happy to help any way that I can when I'm not helping Walter. History is a burden, but some of us have to carry it. So, I think you can rise to the challenge, Walker.
I mean, I'll try, I suppose. I didn't think I was here to do anything big or great or fancy, but okay.
And maybe you won't, and that's all right. But respecting what you saw today, I think, is all you really need to do right now.
Okay, I suppose that's good. You guys have any other questions or comments or concerns y'all want to voice?
Walter has got like a mouthful of sandwich, and he's like, yes, you have any questions, or are you going to leave?
Walter, where'd you get that sandwich?
None of your business.
It looks so good. I'm hungry.
It's a great sandwich, but I'm not telling you where I got it from.
Damn it, Walter.
Our new quest!
Yeah, one day I'll find out where you got that sandwich.
He has like...
And I will eat one.
He has a kind of greasy hand, and he's holding the sandwich, and he turns it so the corner that he hasn't bit is out. He's like, fine, take a bite.
I open my mouth as wide as I can.
Right.
And eat as much, or like, take as much of A bite that'll fit in my mouth.
Yeah, it's got a nice slice of boar meat. There's some lettuce, which sort of surprises you. Some kind of really stinky, powerful cheese. There, now you've tasted sandwich.
With my mouth full, I'm like, I need another one.
If you go talk to kitchen, they'll make you tell them you need Walter special.
Sorry.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use some food and a nap.
That sounds.
Walter specials for everybody.
Don't tell everyone about it. Then there's limited amounts of cheese. There's limited amount of cheese. Please don't tell everyone.
It'll be our little secret.
Right. Now go away.
Thanks, Fennel.
Walker, if you need anything, you come talk to me. If any of you need anything, I'm as curious as you are now. Maybe more curious. I'm not sure.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
You all start. You're all heading back to park your rides, and then in the dining car, as you sort of exhaustedly eat your. Who's having a Walter special?
I'll try it. Good.
It's a good hearty sandwich. Tastes great. Stinky cheese is actually quite complimentary.
Sounds good.
And
there's some like sweet apple slices to go with the boar. Like there's and the stinky cheese.
Yeah. That there's like a few slices on the side that go along with it well. And while you're eating, you see the familiar face of Wendell. He's going around to see if anyone has actually done the job. And he says, I heard you took the horses out. Does that mean did you see anything? Any landmarks?
Saw some snow, some trees.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great.
Walker
else?
got us some berries. They were pretty good.
Okay. Nothing of interest. Nothing I can point out to as someone where we should take the train to tourist stops of any kind.
Nah. We found some orcs and turned around and just ran back. Too dangerous.
Orcs.
Yeah.
Were they hostiles?
Yeah, they tried to kill Walker. I don't think we should take tourists there.
I like show some of my wounds. I'm like, not bad, huh?
Yeah, I had to give up my really nice scarf. I don't think tourists really want to be, practicing their medical skills when they're on an outing, I guess.
Right. I'm sorry that you endangered your lives for no real reason.
Yeah, you should feel really bad about that, Wendell.
I do. I already do feel very bad about it.
I mean, just a little bit more bad.
Well, I'm trying to keep it together, but I feel bad.
I mean, Walker, we almost lost her. Don't you care about Walker?
Make a persuasion roll, Anna.
I'm like playing it up now. I'm playing up my wounds. I'm like, so wounded.
8.
Do it with advantage since Walker is playing it up.
That's even worse. 8.
I was just going to give you the extra pay as danger pay anyway. You don't need to ham it up. I see that you're wounded. He puts 4 small bags down that have 100 gold pieces in them each. So 1 for Lunabelle and 1 for each of you. And then he puts another larger bag down. This was in case you brought back some findings of an interesting place, but instead, I guess this is just danger pay. And it has 50 platinum pieces in it.
You're a good man, Wendell.
I'm really trying. But please, if you find anywhere that the train can stop, We have some really bored passengers.
Will do.
I mean, Lil Luna came up with real good arts and crafts things. If y'all want to try that out, like that, if the passengers are real bored, I think she took some, maybe get some like pine cones off them coniferous trees right there. I think you can make a bird feeder out of them. She's a real clever little one. You should talk to her.
Okay, arts and crafts, I guess, could keep them entertained while we're on the move. And he, like, puts a bunch of papers that he has in his arm under one arm and then starts writing on the back of one parchment. And okay, I'll talk to Lunabelle, I guess, about that, if she's not too busy with her work with the wizards. All right, well, I'm sorry for your injuries, but I'm glad you made it back safe. Bellisk is glad that you made it back safe as well. Miss Sierra, is it? And he leans towards you. How are you finding your time on progress?
Oh,
muted. You're muted.
Hello.
Oh, you're there.
It's very different than I'm used to. There's all kinds of folks and plenty of them.
Well, I mean, I hope that you appreciate the creature comforts.
It's not too bad having somewhere to sleep that's not cold. I'll say that.
Well, we appreciate. Well, I mean, you're welcome, I guess is more what I should say, for being able to join us. So, if you need anything, Wendell Holmes, and he puts out his hand.
Much obliged, sir.
Right. So, hopefully that awful tree will be gone soon, and then we'll be able to progress past that point. It's too bad we don't have a good destination in mind, but forward is as good as anywhere. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, ladies. And he continues along. Staying warm reminds you, Walker, that you stole a bunch of boots off of some orcs.
Yeah. Is someone able to identify them?
Lunabelle shows up just in time. She got bored very quickly of the stuff she was doing and left it with Farg to take a look at. Yeah, she can do identify on them. They are boots of the Winterlands. Wearing them, you have resistance to cold damage. You ignore difficult terrain created by ice or snow. You can tolerate, without any additional protection, so no warm clothes needed over top, you can tolerate up to minus 50 degrees. And if you wear heavy clothes, you can tolerate up to minus 100 degrees. So this allowed the orcs a couple of the orcs to have a little bit more freedom of movement but still maintain the warmth there. So, yeah, you've got 3 sets of boots.
Not 3, like 2 and then 1, like out of a set. No, kidding. I put them all on the table. I'm like, well, who wants to go shoe shopping? I'm joking. That was bad. You don't need to buy them. I got these boots. Who wants them?
So, Anna looks horrified that you put
boots on the table.
Boots on the table.
Orc boots, no less.
Yeah.
Mine
I mean, I dusted them off like the spiffy.
And I just like watch as you dust like more dirt.
No, onto the I hold it off the table, and then I'm like, look, see, and it goes on the floor. Like I'm like, see, it's not too bad. And I put them back. I was like, I don't know if they match your fashion sense, but I think they're real practical.
It's very kind of you.
It would let me wear whatever I want. Play up my style.
What was that? Alright. Yeah, they seem to be too big for all of you. But if one of you cares to try them on, Lunabelle's pretty sure they're gonna shrink to fit you.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I present a pair to Sierra and sorry, Anna, you said yes or no because they.
I'll try them.
Okay,
And then I
good.
get Walker to like hold it out like Cinderella.
Yeah, I'll get out the boot and I'll like hold it for her so she can like try it on her foot and.
Yeah.
Dainty slide my foot in.
No one would describe these as super fashionable, but they do shrink down to fit Anna's foot in a more kind of up to the knee kind of boot. They look nice. If they were cleaned up, maybe they'd look a little better. But they're very comfortable and very warm.
Anna kind of like does a little like twist of her foot. Yeah. All right, I'll keep them. Thanks, Walker.
Who else is keeping the boots?
Me, please.
All right. Same thing happens to Sierra. They formed your leg pretty well, and yep, they're very sturdy. Seem to be very strong pair of boots.
Ask Luna. Because Luna, I don't know if these are too big. Do you want to try? Do you want to try them all? Gesundheit.
Thank you. I think that I think that you're probably going to be on foot a lot more. I'm going to ride Peanut as much as I can.
Okay. If you're sure, but if you get cold, let me know.
I will. I'll just get a big furry coat.
All right. Okay, fine. And then I'll put them on. What are they called? Boots of cold? Boots of...
Boots of the Winterlands.
Boots of the Winterlands. Thank you.
There's some nonsense happening behind me. I'm desperately trying to ignore it. Right, so the rest of the night goes without an issue. And you start dozing off, and then one of the passengers comes over to you, and says, one second. I just need to dig up a name here. So they come over and they sit down beside you. It's a dwarven woman sits down beside you and says, I heard you went on an adventure today.
You heard right, I guess.
I want in.
But it's over.
I want in on the next one. And her hand comes down on the table, and everything on the table kind of jumps a little bit. And as you look at her, you notice that she's got one eye that is ruby red. And that is where we're going to leave it for today.
All right.
All right. So thank you all for playing. That was fun. You guys didn't seem to have trouble with the orcs like you thought you were going to, which is good.
I mean, we almost lost Walker.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the numbers, like you killed 5 of them and only almost lost one of yours. That's pretty good odds.
But there were still 4 of them left.
Still.
They hadn't chosen to leave.
Yeah.
You scared them off.
For sure be dead.
Yeah, you scare them off with your violence. So that was episode 6 of Cold Iron. We will be back next Saturday. Alicia will be back in the DM's chair with Winter Oaks, episode 7. And then this excellent group, hopefully with our Lunabelle back intact, although she seemed pretty pleased in the chat with my performance of her. I hope that she's back because she does way better. We'll also have a new player joining us, which is exciting. We're padding out the numbers to 5, and I'm interested to see what she brings to the table. Yeah. So check out our sponsor and friend Deck of Many. Their Kickstarter for the animated spells is up now and doing well. Thank you to Alicia for jumping in while Katie was sick as our strange ghost elf from the woods. What is it with ghost elves? We just have ghost elves in all of our streaming games.
I blame Nika, number one, for the word ghost elves, but
Yeah.
you know.
There's ghost elves on Lost on the Great Road too, so that's just a thing that we have. And we will see all of you back here with the progress group in 2 weeks. Tune in on Saturday for the next episode of Cold Iron. Oh, and on Monday for the new episode of Lost on the Great Road. So thank you, everyone, and goodbye.